Hello, everyone, and welcome to Technology After 50. No swearing. We're not going to be doing a typical video today. Today, I just wanted to talk to you for a few minutes, and I hope you'll hang with me because I think a lot of people my age and older are struggling, and I don't think enough people are talking honestly about it. This channel is not about making you an expert with technology. It's about helping you feel just a little more comfortable, and that's it. A little more confident, a little less frustrated, and hopefully make you feel a little less alone. I started this channel because all too often I see people our age, people in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, getting left behind. And that's a hard thing to admit. We were once the generation teaching the next generation. We taught our children how to drive and how to work, how to pay bills, how to shake someone's hand and look them in the eye, how to be responsible. But now suddenly, the world has changed, and it's changed so fast that many of us feel like we're the ones constantly asking for help. And honestly, that can feel kind of humiliating sometimes, especially when people make jokes about us boomers. You hear the word thrown around online and on TV all the time now, and usually in a mocking way, like we're outdated, slow, confused. But here's the truth. We grew up in a completely different world. We grew up in a simpler time, when phones were attached to walls, when you memorized phone numbers, when maps were paper, when photographs stayed in albums, when passwords didn't even exist, and when nobody needed two-step verification just to check your bank account. The world we learned to function in disappeared, and it did so incredibly fast. And some days it feels like society expects us to just magically keep up. But many people can't. Or they're trying to, and nobody has the patience to help them. And I've experienced it myself. I've asked people for help with technology and felt isolated when they became frustrated because I wasn't catching on quickly enough. And maybe you've experienced that as well. You ask a question and immediately they start talking faster and faster. Just open the app, click the widget, use your browser, sync your account and clear your cache. And inside your head you're thinking, I don't even know what half those words mean. And I remember wanting to say, I'm not stupid. You're just using words I don't understand. And that doesn't make someone dumb. It means nobody's explained it to us properly. And there are tens of millions of older adults struggling with technology right now. Millions. So if you're struggling with tech, you're not alone. Not even close. And the sad thing is, a lot of people suffer quietly because, frankly, they're embarrassed. They don't want to ask questions. They don't want their kids or grandkids thinking they can't keep up. So instead, they sit there frustrated, pretending they understand things they really don't. And I think that happens for more than people realize. And technology keeps moving faster. And every few months, the phone updates, buttons move around, menus change, apps change, passwords change, and scams just keep getting more sophisticated. And even making a simple phone call can suddenly feel different. And if you're older, it can become exhausting. Not because you're incapable, but because the rules keep changing. And nobody slows down long enough to explain them clearly to us. That's why I wanted to make this channel. A place where nobody our age gets talked down to. Nobody gets rushed. Nobody gets made fun of. No swearing. No yelling. No showing off how smart somebody is. Just calm explanations, slow explanations, simple directions. You know, we've covered things like how to use your phone, texting, pictures. I think the next video is going to be on how to use Google Maps, passwords, avoiding scams, public Wi-Fi, emergency phone settings, QR codes, banking safety, and a lot more that we have covered and we're going to cover. And we're going to do it slowly. We're going to do it step by step because there's absolutely nothing wrong with needing things explained clearly in a language that we understand. Nothing. I also want people to understand something important. Learning tech at our age is different. When generations grew up with this stuff, they learned at one tiny piece at a time over many years. I remember going into one of my children's kindergarten classrooms, and they already had computer classes, and they were teaching them how to turn on the computer, how to do this, how to do that, and it literally just kind of blew my mind. They were learning keyboards and screens and basic computer skills, and at the time, I don't even know if I could have turned the computer on. They weren't that readily available. And my kids were 5 years old and already learning how to use a computer. And for them, technology became just a normal way of life. And they learned it little by little, year after year. It's something that's been around them their entire life. But people our age, we didn't grow up that way. We were raising families and working jobs, paying bills, trying to survive life while technology, computers, cell phones, quietly kept evolving. And they did so in the background. And then suddenly one day, it felt like the entire world expected us to know how to use a smartphone, apps, passwords, QR codes, online banking, video calls, and all the different settings and menus overnight. And that's kind of overwhelming for anybody. So if you've ever felt frustrated, if you've ever felt embarrassed, you ever been frustrated because you couldn't figure out something on your phone or your computer, and you just felt left behind, I want you to know something. You're not stupid. You are adapting to one of the fastest technological changes in all of human history. And you're still trying, and that matters. And I really believe there are millions of good people out there who just want somebody patient enough to explain things without making them feel bad. And that's what I hope this channel can become. That's what I've strived for since the beginning. A comfortable place to learn. And honestly, maybe even a reminder that all of us are going through this together. So if that sounds like you, I hope you'll stick around. Because over the next several videos, we're going to continue to tackle some of these things together. And we're going to do it one step at a time. And hopefully making technology feel just a little less intimidating. Thanks for being here, and appreciate you sticking with me for a few minutes, even though this was not one of our typical lessons. We're Technology After 50, no swearing. I hope you'll come back, hope you'll subscribe, and I hope you'll smash that like button down below. Have a great day.